Home and Security Editor Mark White, who joins us from Dover. And Mark, let's remind people, you were the first correspondent there to outline these problems at Manston at the end of last week. Indications that hundreds more have been moved in as a result of this incident at Dover.
Yes, and it's really a result of the fact that day after day, effectively, more people come across the channel in these small boats. Another 468 yesterday, 990 on Saturday. So what's that? Just under 1,500 this weekend, which is taking the total number who've come so far this year to just shy of 40,000. Now, you compare that to the whole of last year at just over 28,500. We've still got, Mark, a couple of months left to run on this year, and arguably they are two of the busiest months, even though we have quite horrific weather conditions quite often in the channel at this time of year. Every time there's a lull, you get more of these boats risking life and limb to come over the English Channel, and as they do, they cause problems at the processing centre here in Dover and at a sister processing plant in Manston, which is down towards Ramsgate, which is supposed to deal with no more than about 1,000 at a time, and they're supposed to be processed, fingerprints taken, also, you know, other biometrics, initial interviews carried out before they're then farmed off to interim accommodation in hotels and then council houses and alike. But that's just not happening because of the volumes and claims by opposition politicians in particular that Suella Braverman blocked the requisition of more hotel accommodation to put them in. So instead they've been piling up at Manston and number some 4,000 now.
And not just opposition MPs now. It seems that Sir Roger Gale, who is the MP for North Thanet, where Manston is based, adding his voice, wanting an urgent question in the Commons to find out whether this was the case, that these hotel bookings may mean why so many people were corralled at Manston.
Yes, and actually the former Home Secretary, Priti Patel, has been thrown into the mix now as well. Sources saying, with regard to the previous Home Secretary, that during the course of the summer, when we had high numbers and volumes, that throughout that period she was still signing off for more hotel accommodation. And the suggestion is that Suella Braverman hasn't. The Home Office have said that doesn't explain the true extent of what was going on, that there was discussions with officials with regard to how they could be processed more quickly. It wasn't a blanket refusal to sign off more hotel accommodation. Regardless of what the detail of that actually is, the fact is the numbers continue to grow at Manston, and actually all of the conversations around this miss the point really in terms of the channel migration issue and the fact that this government and successive Home Secretaries just don't really appear to have an answer to dealing with this in terms of stopping the numbers coming over. They continue to grow week by week till, as I say, they're now almost 40,000.
Mark, for the moment, thanks for updating us in Dover. Back to you, of course, throughout the afternoon.